Welcome everybody to the fifth issue of Hop In. I'm your host Kev, and this is Monsters Unleashed. Yeah, this is a great start. 4 issues in, and it's funny, entertaining. Kai Kada, or Kadu, I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it. He's an inhuman that is starting his own journey. Now, real quick, this book picks up after the crossover with, pretty much everybody in the Marvel Universe. Monsters Unleashed, that, as you guessed, was a big a big launch pretty much. They had a lot of crossovers, and this time actually all the crossovers made sense, but I think it was a little bit too much of crossovers. But anyway, now that the craziness is over with, Kai is trying to find his own with help from his monsters that he's able to create, and he has his own villains that are pretty much just trying to figure him out. His own rogue gallery, or Sinister Six, if you will. Some of the characters you might recognize if you've been reading Spider-Man. But for a little bit more further on that, this book is real great. Again, I know I've been saying it in the past, 4 or 5. Well, this is the 5th issue of Hop In. So for the past 4 issues of Hop In, that some of these comic books might be overlooked. So I might constantly keep saying this thing over and over again about Marvel overlooking it with the whole Secret Empire going on. But altogether, this book, like I said, is only 4 issues in now. It's only going to be about $15.96. So yeah, definitely go pick up this book, and I hope you guys enjoy it. How about we want to move on over to DC. Green Arrow. Now let me say this. Since the beginning of DC Rebirth, there are 3 comics that I felt that weren't getting talked about as much, and Green Arrow is one of them. Man, if it's already 25 issues in, and we're getting the city that, if you haven't been watching the Arrow TV show, then obviously you wouldn't know, but we're finally getting it now in the comic books for Rebirth, and that's Star City. Little spoiler alert, but how it came about is amazing. Literally from issue 1 all the way up to now, issue 25, there's been a whole enemy that Green Arrow and Black Canary have been facing together with John Diggle, by the way, who I can't get into it. But with all that being said, we got love, we got betrayal, we got sadness, and a whole lot more, especially with the fights. So if you're planning on hopping in, where do you hop in, you might ask me? Well, for this particular story that I'm talking about, because it's more recent, you would be able to hop in at issues 20 and through 25. Now let me give you some big already should be given advice. The trade back is already out for Green Arrow, and I believe that would be issues 1 through 12. And then now the issues are out, and I think a little bit more. But right now, the main issues that you would have to pick up for this particular story arc is issues 20 through 25. Now, issue 25 is $3.99. I don't know. I think it's more, a little bit more juice that's in this story. That's why it's $1 more. But issues 20 through 24 are the regular price, $2.99. So altogether, you're looking at with issues 20 through 25, $15.95 plus tax. Now trust when I say this is a good book. Like I said, nobody's been talking about my man Green Arrow, nobody's been talking about my man Cyborg, and you'll see later on a little bit more further in this issue of Hop In, other person I feel as though they're not talking about. So again, go pick up my man Green Arrow. It's a definitely good read with issue 26 that just came out yesterday, or Wednesday. I'm recording this tonight on Thursday. So yeah, anyway, go pick up my man Green Arrow. Let's head back on over to Marvel. Nick Fury, okay, a different covering than what we're used to, especially with the artwork that's inside. It's very colorful and breathtaking, or unless you're a critic, then it might be too much. But still an awesome book, an awesome story. Like I said, there are 4 issues in, and like I said, Nick Fury, man, this thing is such like an amazing comic book. Like the side missions that this man does, it's awesome, it's incredible, and the artwork, like I said before, it's just pow, boom, bang. You know, it gives it like it's a 1970s, 1960s style, but you know, artwork and you know, all modern and whatnot. Now I don't know if this takes place before or after the Secret Empire. That's still unclear to me as far as I know, but Nick Fury is an excellent comic book. I feel as though people should go pick up. Like I said before previously, you know, with Secret Empire going on, these books might be overlooked, and I don't think that it should be overlooked. So definitely give this book definitely a read. Like I said, 4 issues in. The 4th issue literally just came out yesterday, so definitely go and pick it up. Altogether, this is going to cost you $15.96 plus tax, but it's well worth it. I feel like my man Samuel L. Jackson is writing this book himself, you know what I'm saying? But he's not, so you know, all that. Anyway, let's just move on back on over to DC. Aquaman. Okay, so remember when I said I got 3 faves coming out from the DC Rebirth? Well, Green Arrow and Cyborg and Aquaman are those 3. Now don't get me wrong, you know, I love Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, The Flash, and pretty much everybody else is coming from the DC Rebirth, but I felt as though from the beginning these 3 comics haven't been getting their shine of recognition like I felt as though they did. Now, back to Aquaman. We see my man Aquaman had to fight with all his enemies, including the USA. You know, for something that's a struggle. Now, within issue 25 and issue 24, we see exactly what happens to the King of Atlantis. He winds up losing his throne. Now, you're probably saying, oh, well, that's simple. I can just probably pick up issues 23, 24, and then now 25 to see what happens. You could, I mean, you wouldn't really be, you know, losing a step there, but to really get the whole background of what everybody's talking about, especially in issues 24 and 23, you have to start from issues 1, so the very beginning. So what would that recommend? Yeah, obviously picking up the trade back, which you know, has the issues 1 through at least 6, or probably 1 through 12 within that one volume. But like I said, Aquaman has, you know, he gets unrecognized because everybody thinks he's just the man who talks to the fish. This man went toe to toe with Superman. You'll definitely see what I'm talking about if you decide to go pick up that trade back, or just individually pick up that one issue. I believe it's issue 3, when him and Superman go toe to toe. But that just goes to show you that no, he doesn't just talk to fish, he commands the fish. He's a king, okay? Like, this man literally can beat anybody if, you know, he doesn't get too tired enough. And if you read issues 3, 4, and 5, I think that's how long that story arc lasts between him and Superman. Like, look, Aquaman's a bad A, you know what I'm saying? Alright, so yeah, is my man Aquaman gonna get his throne back? Only time can tell. Stay in tune. Altogether, if you're gonna pick up issues 20 through 25, I think that's when this story arc kind of begins. It will only cost you about $15.95 plus tax. So yeah, definitely pick up this Aquaman, especially the trade back. Show my man Aquaman some love. As I said before, he is one of my top 3. I really started reading Aquaman in the New 52. So before Aquaman, I never really disrespected him, you know, to say, oh, he's just somebody who talks to the fish. You know, I just always figured, well, he's a superhero and he's a very, you know, major part to be on the Justice League. Like, I feel as though if you're on the Justice League, you're obviously doing something that nobody else, no other superhero is doing to be on this team. So, I mean, to hold your own weight, to be on the Justice League, like, that's amazing. So pick up my man Aquaman, you know, show him some love, pick up the trade back if you need to go pick up the trade back. Definitely get these issues because They for real. And you definitely gonna fall in love with the artwork, especially issue 25. The artwork in this joint is phenomenal. Like, they just took it, issue 24 and issue 25, they took the artwork to a whole nother level. Comparing it to the first couple of issues, which weren't bad at all, but you know what I'm saying. Alright, yeah. Alright, well, that wraps it up. We talked about Monsters Unleashed and what an amazing 4 issues right now that's out from my man Kai, who has been doing such a great job. I should definitely go pick him up. We also got to talk about Green Arrow and what an amazing storyline his comic series has been all the way from the beginning. There should be 2 volumes out by now, so definitely go pick up those 2 volumes and pick up. What we also talked about was Nick Fury, and he has 4 issues out right now. It's amazing artwork, and the storyline is great. We also got to talk about my man Aquaman. Again, like I said before, this is not a man who talks to fish, so please pick up his 2 volumes that's out right now, and also his issues. Now, before we end this, if you've been watching In Tune, hop in. Normally we end this video showing my ugly mug, but unfortunately it's Thursday, and I found out through social media and then double checked through previous like searching the internet to double make sure, but unfortunately Stan Lee's wife, who has passed away July 6th. And in case you don't know who Stan Lee is, he's the guy the older man who's always in each and every Marvel movie, and his wife was able to get in on some of these movies. But unfortunately, like I said, she passed away. So I want to send my prayers out to him and the rest of the family, who are definitely going through this hard time right now. So as always, I've been Kev, you've been you. Let's stay in tune.